Stop recording. Facebook. Mic selected. Camera roll. 24 seconds. App switcher. Load. Turf Wars. Back. Turf Wars. Turf Wars. Your app. Plus. Home. Back button. Home. Back button. Feedback. Screen curtains off.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first installment of Turf Wars. A lot of you probably haven't heard of the game, but it is a location-based Mafia War Territory game that puts you against real players in real time. And the goal is to try to become the highest person in your area, whether that's in your city, in your state, or wherever. As long as Turf Wars can find you, you'll be fine. And the goal is to try to get all your turf to maximum influence, which, without the loot upgrades, that is 86 influence only. But with the loot upgrades, it's 138 influence. Now, the game is free, but it does have in-app purchases that you can make to help yourself out with the game. Now, this game has been around for 6-7 years or more, but they're starting to really lose players because a lot of people have lost interest in the game. Now, it might be due to the fact that it's somewhat hard to really do anything without getting attacked by the bigger players and losing turf faster than you can build, and then finding out that those bigger players just destroyed the turf after they took the loot. And it's a really big pain. But other than that, the game is fun. It's enjoyable. And it's really one of those games that makes you think strategically.
Home. Heading. Feedback. 2,638.
Now, as you might be able to see, I have 2,638 influence.
Skull. Early Brook experience. 61,240. 32% to next level.
I have 61,240 experience out of 63,000 to get to level 74.
Health. 63. Step 15.
Now, I have 63 out of 300 health because I had recently been fighting people to increase my win-loss score, and I only have 15 out of 31 stamina back.
Energy. 61. 0. 32.
And I only have 61 out of 143 energy, but soon I will get 62 energy and I will be able to do a mission called the Bank Vault Robbery. Now, my advice, if you ever download this game, is to do the first mission and do it as much as you can to try to get all of your missions to the elite level, because at the elite level you make a lot more experience and money. And also, the more you get your missions to the elite, the faster you level up. The first 30 or 40 levels, it's relatively easy to level up quickly. But once you get past 50, it starts getting harder and harder and harder and longer to level up. But if you have the patience, you can do it. My advice, max out your health first. That's the first thing you want to do. Is once you download this game, max out your health. And then once the health is maxed out at 300, then start working on your energy. If you can get your energy to 143, then you'll have enough energy to do somewhat enough missions to at least get a good portion of your XP. And then once the energy is at 143, then start doing your stamina. And then once your stamina is at 31 at least, because that's where I am, then start working on your capture radius. Now, never, ever, ever waste skill points on attack stats or defense stats, because they're not worth it. The attack and the defense will increase the more you have weapons and armor of the non-upkeep type. Do not buy any weapons or armor that make you pay upkeep money, because you need all the money you can get. My other advice, add everyone you can on Turf Wars if you get this game. It will help you greatly. Because once you get past level 15, you start losing the Dawn Protection.
494 new items.
And the Dawn Protection is what keeps you from basically getting owned if bigger players attack you. Now, for me, I used to like the Dawn Protection, but since this is my 5th time playing this game, I don't worry about Dawn Protection much anymore.
Cash, $1.4 billion.
But other than that, yeah. So now, time for some missions.
$898,000. Missions in progress. 17. Crack a bank safe.
So cracking a bank safe. My risk for this is none. My mastery is elite. Oh, about that. If you don't have Dawn Protection, you start paying the cops to stay off your back, and if you don't pay them, they might bust you and start charging you a lot of money. So it's better to have the money to pay them off, or it's better to pay the 5 respect points to keep them off your back for a week. Or later on in the game, you can get a loot item called a consigliere, which is basically giving yourself free police protection for a week without having to pay anything. Now, one way of getting out of that is if you have a capo status in an area, you get free police protection.
Take 2. Experience earned. 17. Required energy. 13. Required mob. 10. Required items. 5 turf. 40 influence. 4 C4 explosives. 1 warehouse. To crack. 4. 1. To crack a bank safe. Success. Web 50. 2 again. Web 37. Enter 2 again. Run web 24. 2 again. Web to encrypt it. 11 energy remaining. Home. Feed your profile.
Now,
Mob. Tab family. Tab news. Tab market. Checkbox. In weapons. Your tab 5062 to 4101. Up $0. Mob. Tab 3 of 3. 120 notifications. Facebook. Friday. Facebook. 4 minutes ago. Aubrey Dunn is live. Messages. 15 minutes ago. Lord's Knights. 30. Turf Wars. Home. Back button.
So yeah, that's about all I'm gonna do for this first video. So you have any more questions? Any questions, any comments, anything at all? Comment on this video. Share it with friends. But I would really appreciate it if you would at least download this game and give it a try, because I know the developers would be very happy with that. Because as I said earlier, they are starting to really lose players, and they are barely managing to stay afloat as it is. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day.
Home. Back button. 120. Airplane. Cellular. Magnify. Cellular. Wi-Fi. Airplane mode. Text selected. Screen.
55 apps, 495 new items.
My Facebook. Facebook. Zoom. Microphone audio. All. Stop record. Stop.